Marion County Trail could be the best value in bourbon-themed travel in Kentucky. You'll experience one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's crown jewels, one of the Bourbon Trail Craft Tour's top-rated stops, and something you can't find anywhere else. Organized tours of a bourbon barrel manufacturing facility, all in one place. It's the Marion County Trail. Take your time to tour, dine, shop, and stay all along the way. Explore world-famous Maker's Mark, a hot ticket item on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Limestone Branch Distillery, home of world-famous Yellowstone bourbon, and one of the top-rated stops on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tour. Kentucky Cooperage, the sprawling plant where the thriving bourbon industry's barrels are hand-built and seared with fire for bourbon aging flavor. And Lebanon, home of wonderful dining opportunities from home-cooked to chef-driven. Unique shopping opportunities, nowhere else to be found murals for your selfies, and overnight accommodations that range from traditional to bed and breakfast to bourbon-themed. Go to visitlebanonky.com for more details. Lebanon Tourist and Convention Commission, 270-692-0021.
It's the Bow Brothers for Two Shots on a Barrel. We can't thank you enough for joining in and listening to our show today. We do want to remind you, go out there and give us a review. Isn't that important, J-Bo?
It's very important for us to grow and to reach a larger audience, so please do it for us.
We got a cool thing out on Facebook. We got a Facebook group you can join. You can follow along with all kinds of crazy stuff that you put out there.
That's just the way it is. It's fun. It's good times. It's private, so we don't share anything off that page. It's strictly right there on Two Shots on a Barrel fan page.
Yeah, another cool thing we had some fantastic sponsors we'll showcase throughout the show today, and we want to appreciate and show our respect for all of those. And for more information on that, you'll be able to catch the ad or go to our Facebook page and check those out. There you go. All right, it's without further ado, Two Shots on a Barrel podcast.
Two old boys ain't much for working. Two shots on a barrel and they're talking about bourbon. Talking about a few other things that they don't know. If you've got a question, no need to ask. They don't have a clue, so raise your glass. Take a sip with the Bow Brothers. Now it's on with the show. From the heart of central Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world, it's Two Shots on a Barrel with your host, a couple of hot shots of their own, the Bow Brothers.
What's up, J-Bo? Back in the studio, man.
What studio are we in, Jim Reed? It's a brand new studio.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. We have a studio sponsor now, J-Bo.
We do. It's called Big Papa Smokehouse Studios. And I tell you what, if you've never been to Big Papa's, you are just missing out. Now, look, Jim, if you're on the Bourbon Trail and you only got a certain amount of time before you have to hit that second distillery and you're in a hurry, but you're hungry and you got to eat while you're on the Bourbon Trail, okay? You need something quick and fantastic, and there's no place that I can think of that would be better for your situation than Big Papa Smokehouse here in Lebanon, Kentucky.
I couldn't agree with you more. And my favorite menu item there is none other than the Bow Brothers Breakfast Burger.
Fantastic, man. It comes with a fried egg. Help me out. There's bacon on it.
There's bacon.
It's a half-pound burger.
It's a monster burger. It's absolutely delicious. I'm getting hungry. I didn't have lunch today. So, unfortunately, I was a small window. I had to run through, of all places, Mickey D's.
Oh, yes.
And so, to make myself feel better, the fries I did not eat. I gave those to Salem.
And he's quite happy.
And so, I'm okay with that. Man, since we were last in here, good God almighty, there's all kinds of things going on.
Yes.
Kentucky basketball has a new coach.
That's right. We have the Pope. He is back and super excited with his energy. With his energy, it's hard not to be excited.
So, you're excited.
I'm just excited. I don't care. I'm glad we got a good, exciting young coach. I'm not quite excited about not knowing who the hell we're going to have as players, but you got to change things up.
You're used to that though, if you're a Kentucky fan, because we got a new roster every year.
That's
so
true.
I mean, it's just the difference this year is we're going to have a new coach. I'm excited because listen, for me, the heyday of UK basketball was the '90s.
Right.
Mark Pope was a part of that '96 championship team. Rick Pitino was at Kentucky. Anthony Epps from Marion County was at Kentucky. When Pitino first came to Kentucky in 1989, I was in college, J-Bo. Rick Pitino's team finished 14-14 that season. He was coach of the year because nobody thought he would even win a game, much less 14. But that is my heyday. I'm excited to bring back Mark Pope to what essentially is a place that he said changed his life.
Pretty cool, man. I was in kindergarten when all this went down, so just kind of age yourself a little bit. I'm just kidding.
You're killing me,
look, man, we have so much going on, and we have a big weekend with our boys from up north coming in.
Yeah, Cross the Line guys are coming in. And Jeremy, I'm a little bit worried about that, I got to tell you.
Dude,
I asked you earlier in the week, I was like, man, what's the itinerary, the agenda for this thing? And
rock and roll.
And you were rattling off this, and this, and this. And then when I thought you were at the end, you were like, there's this. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can do all that.
You can.
I mean,
you can.
You're talking about a serious amount of pacing yourself.
Yes. But we're going to have fun. We're glad they're making the trip. Happy to see them and get to do a podcast with them. So it's pretty cool.
We are.
But listen. We got a doozy today. A doozy. When I say doozy, I mean doozy. I'm so excited to talk to this guy. You see him walking around town, and he's a big dude. I mean, I could probably handle taking down, but I mean, he's a big dude. He's actually a good buddy of yours. Would you like to introduce him today?
Absolutely. I'm stoked. I've got to know our guest, I don't know, last couple of years, found out what his background is, and I was like, this is so cool. I just want to welcome in our guest today on Two Shots, Mr. Shane Mercer. Shane, welcome aboard on Two Shots, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Shane, the big bad wrestler. Hey, so Shane, tell us a little bit about yourself, buddy. Did you grow up here in Marion County?
Yeah, I've been here my whole life. Was born in Campbellsville, but raised here my whole life. Mom and Dad, Jeanette, Larry Good, and just been obsessed pretty much with professional wrestling ever since I was a little kid. Dad got me into it whenever I was like 2 years old, probably by accident. Didn't know he was going to shape my life in doing so.
That's pretty cool.
Through a little trip to Video Vault, if you remember that back
Oh,
in the
yeah.
that age.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going up there and seeing a little Coliseum video cover title back then. It had Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior on it. I didn't know nothing about it, but I just seen them both on it and electricity and all these colors and all this stuff. And me as a kid, just being attracted to that. And I seen that as the first match I ever seen before. And after that, hit the races. Here I am now.
It's hard not to get hooked when you're watching the Ultimate Warrior get up there and just go bat crazy up there, shaking the ropes and all the colors. Like you said, man, he was one of my favorites as well.
Oh, yeah, he was nuts. He'd run in there full speed, which you don't think about that now, but him running in there full sprint and getting in the ring and doing all that and then having a match.
I would have a heart attack before I made the ring.
Oh, I know.
He was full out sprint, like you said. Good stuff, man. So is he one of your, one of your favorites where you want to be somewhat like him one day?
I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites now, but growing up, whenever I first had any type of introduction to professional wrestling, he was, of course, because that's what captivated me and got me seeing it. Just this crazy jack dude that, with colors and screaming and everything. I didn't see ever nothing like that. The closest thing I seen to that was like comic books or the TV shows you see, and me being that little, seeing something like that captivated me. And then after seeing that, it dove me in. Then I started understanding it more maturely as I grew older with it and how I liked it.
So you've been doing this for several years now. When did you get started officially into this sport?
First started, had my first professional match in 2000 and the end of 2006. It was like December, so I pretty much say 2007.
Do you remember it like it was yesterday?
Sadly, yes. It wasn't a dream occurrence like you would think. But I remember back then I didn't have no idea about it on the good old MySpace days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I searched wrestler, and the first thing that popped up was this other wrestler named Zodiac, but his last name on there was Wrestler because he had to have a last name. And I messaged him. I was like, so how do I do this? I have no idea on how to do this. I've always loved wrestling. I want to do it. And then he was like, Well, you just send off a form for the Kentucky Independent, the KBWA, Kentucky Boxing and Wrestling Authority. You send off a form and you can be a wrestler. And I'm like, what? That's it. That's it.
Jeremy, there you go, buddy.
So, but it's changed a lot now. But back then, that was pretty much it. But inside of wrestling, they've always had this kind of like weird judicial system where they don't want people to just walk in off the streets to be a professional wrestler. Obviously, so you can kind of tell when you see somebody who's trying to do something like that versus not. And of course, they have good schools around all over the world, really, on where to go and so on and so forth.
All right, so obviously, if for folks that are familiar with Shane Mercer or see you walking down the street and this buff guy, I've seen videos, dude, out on YouTube or your Facebook or whatever, and I'm like, good God Almighty, this man is a beast.
You should see him in the gym, man. When he's in there, I'm like, well, I'll just come back later.
You don't need to embarrass yourself.
Oh, my
I mean, but let me ask you, the Shane Mercer of today, 2024, when you got started in the beginning, you didn't look like the Shane Mercer today, did you?
No way. Back then, I was probably maybe 175 pounds, but this all started probably when I was a sophomore in high school. I knew I had to do something then, obviously, because I was like, all right, if I'm going to do this, you can't be a wrestler until you're 18 at least. So here I am, 14 now. Maybe I need to start lifting some weights. Maybe I need to get in the gym a little bit, because I weighed like 140 in high school in my sophomore year. But then I got into it, and I started getting addicted to strength. Not really the size or look or nothing. I just loved the strength of it, because my dad was always one of those, like, country farm, real strong dudes. And people used to tell me stories about him picking up, like, barrels full of alcohol or whatever, like, still full. And I'm like, what? And just showcases of strength. So then I kind of wanted to be that way, too. But then whenever I got up there at the high school here in Marion County and started lifting, I just wanted to see how strong I could get. And each year wanted to push it more and more and more.
Right.
And by the time I graduated, I ended up with like a state bench press record, and a few years after that, getting the national bench press record, and still chasing powerlifting to today.
So you're still doing that in addition to wrestling?
Yeah, but it kind of goes in hand with it too, though.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of helps when you're in the ring and you want to throw your opponent across the arena. It's kind of, you need to be a little strong.
Yeah,
so
sometimes,
so J-Bo, I feel obligated to tell Shane that we are really experienced workout guys. I mean, we put in a lot of time. So I feel like we need to tell you that, Shane, because we're interested. I know, J-Bo, you're very interested in this. You talked about it, to see how your workout regimen compares to ours.
So here's ours. We walk past the gym to get up here every day.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what we got for you.
We come in the building a lot, Shane.
Yes. We walk up those steps.
That is a lot of reps. It's what is this? 2 flights here?
Yes,
maybe 3.
Yes,
it's exhausting.
Oh,
sometimes we'll do it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, we get pretty pissed off when we forget something downstairs.
I know that's a hassle. Walk all the way back down those stairs to get back up here again, man.
Now, do you work out every day?
Try to 5-6 days a week.
Okay.
Usually, yeah. It's done got to a point. A lot of people who the gym goers down there, most of them that's real hardcore about it, you can ask them. Once you don't go, it's kind of weird. You get to that point where you're like, man, I just don't feel like I did nothing today. Or
right.
You just feel different. Even if you don't look any different, you kind of get in your head about it. And you're like, I want to get that feeling, just something from going there. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you go to Lebanon Health and Fitness. I'm pretty sure that's your gym of choice, right?
Yes. Lebanon Health and Fitness.
Yeah, those are our boys, Dallas Robinson and Sean Woodyard. Those are our dudes. I mean, that's where we are. The Big Papa Smokehouse studio is located in this building. You mentioned, I didn't know this place was up here.
No, this is kind of like
what do you think about it, man?
This is like one of those little hidden areas. I feel like I was going to have a code or something.
So day to day, man, I know Jeremy kind of hit on it, does this guy still, but what inspires you day to day? What gets you up in the morning and says, this is what Shane Mercer needs today to really be the Shane Mercer that you are?
Man, I always tell people this sometimes whenever they're asking me about weightlifting questions, wrestling questions, something along, and I guess it falls in line with what you just asked. Make that little kid version of you proud. I feel like everybody has like that little kid version of what they wanted to be when they grew up, and then along the way sometimes people go different routes, different paths towards what they end up or wanting to do. But I feel like creativity sometimes is taken away from kids as they get older and they're kind of thrown into a mindset of a certain job, certain things, certain ways they have to do in order to protect, the money they're going to make, of course, in order to do the things they want to do, of course. But if you ask a kid who's real young what they want to do, man, their imagination is everywhere.
Absolutely.
And I think that's an awesome thing for us. It's just along the way it gets sad sometimes, too, that they give up those dreams.
Yep.
Because they want to have more of a quote-unquote realistic dream.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you can't get those. I just think you have to approach what you really want to do in life in a realistic way. It doesn't always mean giving up your dreams.
Yeah.
So if you want to do something, though, towards, your dreams or have some different kind of lifestyle that you want to live, you got to approach it in the way that it takes to do so.
To kind of piggyback on that question, which was, incredible answer. But to piggyback on it a little bit, what's your biggest challenge as you move forward?
Just every day trying to get something different. It's kind of like personal records. Like in the gym, every day you want to try to get stronger or beat something, lose a certain amount of pounds. And I guess with this, trying to constantly move up, move forward, trying to do something more and more and more. There's never really a peak to it. You don't want to settle. Because when you settle, I feel like it's when you start to get not necessarily lazy, but just used to what you're doing, and you don't have that drive as much anymore.
All right, Shane, I got a question. You were talking about dreams. You mentioned dream a lot.
Don't bring up your dreams.
No, his dream.
Oh, okay.
What is your dream? Where do you want to be, man? Where is the pinnacle for Shane? Where are you going to keep going until you can't go any farther? What do you want?
My pinnacle would be doing what I'm doing now, which I've already kind of succeeded partially in this, but to still go all over the world, inspire as many people to chase their dreams that they can, make 100% living off this, where this is my job, nothing else at all. So I could put everything into it, maybe even open a school one day and have people I can train, because I know a lot of small towns, like I said, your mindset sometimes gets changed, and then you have to do this, you have to work here, you have to do that. And I want to be able to bring some of that here to help people out who'd want to have maybe a different dream or something different to chase or just something like that.
Awesome.
Dude,
awesome.
I listen, these answers, man.
Look,
this dude is spot on. I mean, he's inspiring me with these answers, brother.
Look, when I see you out and stuff in wrestling, you usually put your actions forth before you put words. You're not a man of many words when you wrestle. You just kick some ass and move on. Dude's deep. Dude has some good answers.
No, but here's listen. I've seen the videos.
Yes, on YouTube.
And I know Shane. I knew Shane, the person. In conversation we were like, yeah, I'm into wrestling, but Shane, the person, is like this mild-mannered, polite,
smart
gentleman. And dude, I've seen you on your videos. It's a completely different animal.
Dude, you're
the
scared.
Shane Mercer.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
I never want to see you see that side of Shane Mercer, unless Jeremy, you're in the ring with him.
I appreciate that a whole lot. I mean, because I've seen you with glass, tacks, chairs up against on the skull. I've seen you thrown out of rings, and here you are, you're just a cool cat, man. I mean, you would
talk.
think.
So, if you don't mind me interrupting, J-Bo, but talk about the intersection of Shane, not the wrestler, and Shane the wrestler, commonalities, differences.
Shane Mercer is just dialed up times 10. Mm-hmm. That's what they tell you on everything. Just Shane Mercer's dialed up times 10. Depends on where I go, if I'm a good guy or I'm a heel or a face. That's what they call them. Depends on what I go there. It's just dialed up times 10, and depends on what initiative I'm going for that night. I've come to learn in wrestling a lot of times, especially with social media now, that people's attention span is real small. Mm-hmm. And it's weird how the world works. It's almost like sometimes you can have an athlete who is some of the best athletes in the world. They can be the best in whatever they do, but not a lot of people will care unless there's some story or something attached to it, or drama or something weird. Then they get attached to that because it catches their attention for more than 2 or 3 seconds. So I notice a lot of times I'll have to do something crazy, or like you said with the glass and all that stuff, just something to make people do that second look real quick all of a sudden, instead of just look, go away type of deal.
All right, so Shane, I got a question about that glass. When I was a supervisor at UPS many moons ago, okay, and there was a package stuck up on the rafter. So I climbed up, kind of like you do. Got up there, and there was the fluorescent lights are on, and my knee hit it, and it blew up. All right, blew my knee, emergency room I went. Still have glass coming out of it to this day. All right, so tell me, how the hell do you get all that glass out of your back and, your head and everything else?
I'm sure some of it's still in there.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Yeah, I'll be scratching my head sometimes or something, just sitting there, and I'll hit something, and I'm like, yep, that's a piece of glass there. That sucks. I look at my fingernail and see it bleeding a little bit or something.
Oh, my gosh, man.
But I've always had most of it just kind of grow out over time, just like a splinter.
I didn't know if it was the same fluorescent lights as you always get, or are they specially made for matches for wrestlers?
No, they're not specially made.
They're just legit fluorescent lights.
Yeah, just depending on what promotion you go to, what they use, variants of sizes, that's really about it.
Jim, let me slap you upside the head with a fluorescent light once. Tell me how it feels. Come on, man.
No. I mean, I've seen. I want to talk to Shane about what I've seen, and listen. I've seen him throw people out of. That looks like it freaking hurts, J-Bo.
But did you notice he's never the one that gets thrown out of the ring into the audience?
You found out the secret now.
I found out the secret. He's the one that does the tossing.
You got me curious.
See, man, all you got to do is get on YouTube. Every match, somebody gets launched, and it's never this dude.
I love it. The other thing that I eventually want to get to with Shane, if you got a chance to follow Shane Mercer out on social media, you need to, because a cool thing, and we'll get into this a little bit, but inspirational things, man. He's always putting good inspirational stuff out there, like life things that you can use and make yourself a better person. Maybe we'll hit on some of that after our next break.
That's right. We'll be back in just a minute. We're broadcasting from Big Papa's studio right here in Lebanon, Kentucky.
All right, J-Bo, keep going there for a minute, buddy.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for you. Come on now. You're a professional.
I am, and you're the one that messed up. Hey, Big Papa Smokehouse Studios. We'll be right back in just a second. Is that better?
That was terrible.
All right, thanks, man.
That was absolutely terrible. Now we're hanging out with Shane Mercer. We got more coming up. My goal tonight is also to get Shane to lift J-Bo up in the air,
dude, come
while
on.
we get a photo op. I'm gonna make that happen tonight. I don't know how much I'm gonna have to pay Shane to do it.
Lord, he's got a match tomorrow. He don't want to lift me up.
You're lightweight, buddy. You're easy for Shane.
Come on now.
All right, back with Two Shots in a minute. Exciting news for Two Shots on a Barrel. We have a brand new sponsor. Hey, this is Jimbo for Two Shots. Good Buddies Brewing Company, our newest sponsor. I got to tell you, they have it going on. Located in the heart of the bourbon country right here at 120 West Martin Luther King Avenue in Lebanon, Kentucky. All kinds of great craft pours, including many concoctions put together by master crafter Ray Osborne. He's also assisted by his beautiful bride, Beth Osborne. They are the newest and brightest in micro craft breweries in good old Kentucky. Make sure you go out to their Facebook page. You can easily find it at Good Buddies Brewing Company. And don't forget, when you're in town on the Bourbon Trail, to stop by Good Buddies Brewing Company. Again, located at 120 West Martin Luther King Avenue, Lebanon, Kentucky. Good Buddies Brewing Company. We're happy to have you as a sponsor right here on Two Shots on a Barrel. There pretty much comes a time in everybody's life where you need a good attorney. And Two Shots, we recommend the law office of Don L. McCauley.
Absolutely. If you want somebody to fight for your rights, man, I couldn't think of anybody better.
Criminal law, bankruptcy, you name it, Don McCauley, that's who you need to call. It is 692-0784 right here in Lebanon, Kentucky, located at 144 West Main Street in Lebanon.
We love Don McCauley, and you will too.
All right, back to the Two Shot Studio. Not just the Two Shot Studio. We are back to the Big Papa's Smokehouse Two Shot Studio.
There you go. That was a little better.
Dude, I'm a professional, brother.
Look, man.
Had you turned off too, because you're not.
Look, that Bo Brothers breakfast burger, ever since you mentioned it, I'm just craving it. It is so good, man. Any time of the day.
I mean, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We got to give a special shout-out, J-Bill, before we get back with Shane Mercer. Our buddy Daniel and Daniel Shortridge and his lovely bride, Ada.
That's right.
Came over and paid us a special visit to the Big Papa Smokehouse Studio and brought... So Daniel had heard we were out of shelf space.
For bourbon.
for bourbon. And what did he do, J-Bo?
He hooked us up with a half-barrel cabinet. And you can see it on our Facebook page, Two Shots on the Barrel fan page.
Fancy lights as well.
Yeah, man, fancy.
And then not only that, a good buddy of his, Jim Silliman, who is a tour guide at Preservation Distillery, also does some handicraft work on the side and made us some cool pins made out of staves, and they have our names on there. Yours says J-Bo, mine says Jimbo.
We like gifts,
and I got to tell you, and that, man, feel the weight of that.
I know
of that. That is fantastic. So, Jim Silliman just is one of those guys that likes Two Shots on a Barrel. Listen, and want to make something for us, and
love it.
We want to definitely say thank you.
Yes, and we're always up for gifts, so. Send us an email. We'll tell you the address and send away, especially if it's for me and not Jim. That's awesome.
That never happens, J-Bo. By the way, I screwed up before I left for work today.
What'd you do?
My wife has you and I a gift.
Oh.
And I left it at the house. She messaged me.
Gosh, man.
She messaged me and said something about your gift. Let me see what she said here, because I was like, oh, crap.
This is a...
as she said, tell Jeremy I wanted to get you to something for Derby on Main and Two Shots advertising. Don't forget the white envelope. Don't peek. Both open at the same time.
Good Lord.
And I totally...
So, look, this is a common theme with you.
By the way, I'm going on record. She thinks you don't like her, J-Bo. You need to do a better job of acting like you like her.
Oh, man, I don't see her. You
need to seek her out.
Why don't you be nicer to her?
No, she loves me.
I'm sure she does.
Should have no problem
but you're trying to get off track here. These gifts that we get that you pick up never make it to the studio. Rather it be candles or anything, you always lose them.
That's untrue. I've got a candle over there. It just happens to be broken.
And it's shattered.
What?
Come on, man. What's going on?
It made it here. Let's get back to Shane
All right,
Mercer.
let's get back. Yeah, but look.
Shane's like, what? I'm about ready to do some wrestling on you.
So, look, Shane, we have some mutual friends, buddy, and they're not just small names. These are big dudes with big names and that you've worked with in the past, and one of them was in my wedding, Mr. Harry Palmer. You remember him, don't you?
Yeah, Harry Palmer's a cool dude.
Cool dude. He was something kind of similar to you. He didn't like to be hit with things like chairs and light bulbs and everything. So he told me that he would hit them first so they couldn't hit him. And that was his that's how he lasted so long is what he told me. So you throw them out of the ring first so they can't get you. So it's kind of a
y'all learn from the same plan there, same game plan.
But it sounds like that you all both took lessons from the same guy. Another buddy of ours is Bull Payne.
Yeah, Bull Payne is who I would credit him and Todd Morton as my trainers. Like I told you the story earlier about how I first kind of got into wrestling. For years before it, a lot of our buddies and stuff, just like people do backyard football and play basketball with their buddies, we did backyard wrestling with our buddies growing up and stuff. So we found a ring, and we learned how to do all the bumps and all that stuff, kind of self-trained over time. But when I had my first match, me and one of my friends, Corey, we had our first ever professional wrestling match. And we went in there and did the most craziest stuff possible because we wanted to impress them and come back. But then during the match, when we got to the back, we actually had some heat on us because they was like, your first match on the card, no one knows who you are. Now everyone else on the card has to work harder because you just went out there and did everything, so there's no point to it. So I didn't understand, like, the psychology, the reasoning behind who does what, when, where, and why until Bull Payne came along. I told you I had a story. Bull Payne and me first met, and I had a match against him. And I was the face at the time, good guy. He was the heel. And while he was in the ring, the audience was chanting "Old Man" at him. I didn't know any better, so I started going along with it too and chanting "Old Man" at him. And after the match, when we got to the back, he was in front of everyone else, and he was like threatening me with a baseball bat, like for real, to my face, telling me he was gonna,
like, legit.
Yeah, telling me he was legit gonna cave my skull in and break my windshield out, and he ought to break my neck right now, and all this other stuff. And then I'm sitting there like, hold on a second, we're not in front of fans. What? And then I kind of got mad because he came at me because I called him Old Man, which I understood and he explained it, but I kind of got mad at him for coming at me in that way because I was like, if you talk to me and pull me aside, I can understand this, but don't expect me to understand this in the ring, right then and there. So then I kind of got in his face about it, and then me and him was going back and forth, and Todd Morton kind of got in between us and pulled us aside. Then when I got home, I got a message from Bull Payne, and he was like, kid, if you want to learn the right way, hop in the car with me and drive around me, and I'll show you the real ropes of how to do things. I thought he was trying to fight me. I was like, he's going to try to corner me somewhere and beat the hell out of me.
Kill me.
Gonna try to do.
Oh,
But then I got in the car with him, and I was like, all right, here we go. And I'm sitting there waiting, but then he kind of took me under his wing, and he explained things to me and then put them on the table and showed me, like, hey, you do this at this time. You say this at this time. You don't call somebody Old Man, because then if you beat them, they're beating an old man. It don't matter no more. Just ways to build up a presentation, how to do things in the ring, how to talk to promoters, and I got to credit him for all that, just for taking somebody green like me that didn't know any better and pulling me aside and taking me under his wing. That meant a lot, still does to this day.
Bull Payne was a bouncer at Coyote's Music and Dance Hall in Louisville for a long, long time. And he was on one of my television shows that we had there, and he stood by my side, and he was on whatever I needed. Bull Payne, biggest, scariest dude you're ever going to see in your life.
He's like a what you would picture whenever you watch like Roadhouse or something. He's like a big, bald, biker-looking dude with a big mustache.
Yes, and you could see every chair mark and split that he's ever had in his forehead from going overseas and doing whatever he's done in the past. But Bull Payne, being twice my size, was as loyal to me and kind and considerate, and he was just one of a kind guys that I missed dearly. I wish he was still back in Kentucky. He's in Florida now.
Yep.
And so, Bull, if you happen to be listening, man, I miss you, buddy. And come on back and let's have one more wrestle with Shane Mercer. I want to watch it.
I bet you didn't call him any names or
Never
anything.
called him a name. Never, because one of his signature moves after he beats the shit out of you in the ring, he blows his nose on you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so snot rockets to the face, dude.
Oh.
So, no, I wasn't digging that.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so Shane, you people that watch wrestling, they may say, I could do that, I could do this or whatever, but it's nothing farther from the truth. I mean, you're talking about training, you're talking about learning the ropes on how to present, not only how to wrestle or whatever, that has to do with the actual action, but how to present yourself, probably how to market yourself, all of these things. I mean, it's so much more than just showing up in a ring and doing whatever, right?
Oh, 100%. A lot of it, a lot of people don't ever take into consideration with it's a sacrifice. There is a lot of sacrifice because you pretty much go into it, like I was explaining before, and I'll tell a lot of people, it's like being in a band. You start off, you don't really make much money because you don't have a name. You got to build up a name for yourself, and you got to be willing to. You can't just call off. You can't be like, oh, well, I got family this weekend. You have to give up a lot of holidays. You got to give up a lot of normal jobs. Like a lot of people, I could make good money doing this job, but then it don't work with your wrestling schedule because most shows are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the random Wednesday. So if your job is Monday through Friday and they have mandatory overtime, you can't work that job no more. Mm-hmm. So then that's when you get in that position of the people that are really like, all right, Are they really going to cut their teeth and sacrifice? Probably have no money for a while, or just make barely any money and do this, or are they just going to give up and go, do something else? And it's always these things you got to question yourself with it. And like you said too, learning the psychology of it, trying to read when people like what you're doing, what they really hate when you're doing, or they give you that go away hate where they don't even want to see you. There's a lot of variables into it, a whole lot.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think is a fantastic comparison when you talk about the bands, J-Bo, you know this. You've worked so much with bands in Nashville and the radio business, but that truly is the test to see how serious you are about it. I mean, you hear the stories of artists, country music artists, for example, that are essentially living out of their cars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're just struggling to get by, and some of them say, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. That similarity sounds spot on with what you do, Shane.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice just to give up, because you're trying to hit as many shows as you can. You're trying to get your name out there as much as you can, and you can't do that, of course, without doing more shows. So you got to make a decision on, look, are you ready for this life? Mentally, are you ready for this life? Emotionally, are you ready for this life? Some people may be ready one or two ways, but you got to be ready all three, or you won't.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard stories of, back in the day, Harry Palmer days, of, group of guys can't afford to get to Indianapolis, so they all pile into one little bitty car.
Oh yeah,
and they roll up there.
I've carpooled plenty of times. I've been in hotels before with 8 people in 2 beds.
Wow, wow!
Just because it saves us money. Because back in the early days when I first starting off, that $20 that means a lot. Instead of pitching in for a hotel, I could sleep in the car and just rear the seat back, and I'm good to go.
Right.
Because it really depends on it. And other people, when you talk to the people that don't live that kind of life, they'll look at you like, why are you doing this? You're insane. You're going to get in the hell belly. You're not making no money. And then what are you doing? But I'm looking at the end goal.
Right.
I'm looking at where this can lead, 'Cause even if you talk to guys and read the books, if you don't, you obviously ain't going to talk to them a lot of times, but if you read the books, people like Stone Cold, Mick Foley, they'll repeat and say a lot of the same things too.
Yeah.
Same stories a lot of times with it.
So do you think there's a clear path to going to the next level?
There's no clear path with it.
No.
Obviously, just like in anything, I feel like sometimes almost in any profession it is, no matter what it is, somebody that almost works better than any type of resume you can have if you know somebody. But if it depends on the path you take. Because, I never thought I was going to end up in some of the places I've been. I've been to Japan, UK, Canada, Mexico. I didn't think I was going to end up that, but then, these roads will lead to another spiral off of 4 other roads, and you just don't really know.
Right.
With it.
So you got a big match tomorrow night. I know a lot of people are going to be listening to this 3 years down the road, but tomorrow night, Thursday night, OVW, who are you facing tomorrow night?
I'm facing the OVW heavyweight champion Luke Curtis tomorrow night.
Wow. So is this a title bout, or is this just a...
I don't think it's a title bout, but it'd be my first time going against their champion there.
Okay.
For a long time, I wasn't wrestling at OVW, but then they roped me and pulled me in this past December, and I've been there ever since then.
Gotcha. So have you met Al Snow yet?
Yes. I've seen him tons of times now.
Do you know Al Snow?
Al Snow's a legend, brother. He's a legend.
All right. Delicately, I'm going to ask this question. Because I know some people that have asked questions like this and they've got the shit beat out of them. So I'm going to, Shane, just remember you and I are friends, okay? All right. But going into a wrestling match, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, just don't beat me up. Do you know going in who's going to win?
It's a movie. It's a movie. We're all just the people, though, that are playing the parts in that.
Okay.
But as far as what you see going on in there, obviously, if you say Bullpain's head and all that, there's no stuntman. We are the stuntman. Everything you see in there going on with that is still a competitive nature, but in a different way. Because if you put somebody else in my position, I hope they can live up to what I can do in order to surpass me. And if not, I'm going to be staying in my position, if not going farther. It's about having the positions to sell yourself in the way that you're wanting to do and tell the story that you can do better. That way you can move up in the regimen and, like you said, sell yourself on social media and so on and so forth. So many steps into it. That way you can move up. So it's a different type of competition if you put it that way with it.
So speaking of social media, there's so many different ways people can find out more. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any other
Twitter, right?
Twitter.
Oh yeah, I got Twitter/X, whichever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
At The Iron Demon. You can find me on Instagram, Shane Mercer. YouTube at The Iron Demon, Shane Mercer. You can find me on Facebook. Pretty much every form of popular social media, you can find me on there. My stuff.
Brings up a question. I think a good question. You mentioned Shane Mercer. Mm-hmm. And how did that name come about?
This came about from when we was little kids. I had some buddies that was wrestling fans too, and this I'm talking about like elementary school. And one of them was like a big. They was real big into vampires and stuff. So he's like, okay, how can we come up with our little names? They had like the name Bloodlust or something just to kind of correlate in with it. And another buddy of mine had the name Frostbite because he loved werewolves and he wanted to have that little thing with it. So I was sitting there trying to think of something, and I came up with the name Diablo because I seen the video game. And then after I seen that, I was like, okay, we got the demons and vampires and werewolves. Look, the lights flicker since I was
yeah.
And we came from that. And then after me using the name Diablo for so many years, I was like, all right, if I search this, I'm going to find Spanish food, I'm going to find cars, I'm going to find like this different stuff that's not me, the video game. So I had to change it to become more marketable for myself as I got bigger in it. I wanted to have the throwback with the name Diablo. That's why I have the demon part of it. And then the iron part comes from the gym. Of course, Shane, my name, comes from me. Mm-hmm. And then Mercer, I needed a 2-syllable last name. Mm-hmm. If I were rung around for a long time with the name Castle, some other 2 syllables, but I ended up staying on Mercer because of the name Mercenary. So
I like it. I like it.
You need something that correlates with fans. And not a lot of people can pronounce my real last name, Good. Anyway, they'll be like, goody, good, right, something.
Good, goody, good. I mean,
Yeah, so I was like, no, ain't no way in hell I'm using that as my wrestling name. That sounds ridiculous anyway. So I went with Mercer because of the mercenary thing, and I feel like people can chant Mercer, and it just...
Yeah, it just flows.
Yeah, it just works good.
Yeah.
Jim, I got a perfect wrestling name for you.
Okay.
Shithead. It's a 2-syllable word.
It does work.
And it'd work great for fans.
The merch. I got to think about the merch, too, with that.
I know. That's perfect.
T-shirts.
Head.
It'd be perfect. I can see it now.
You're an idiot.
No, thank you, man.
You're an absolute idiot.
So, you told me you were going to look at your schedule and tell me, let's see, we got some Shane Mercer fans listening tonight. Where can they catch you on future dates? I mean, here we are in April.
You had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, I did. I'm on class number 2 of bourbon, so it kind of...
Yeah, but you're not even...
He's been taking them down in here. We got OVW tomorrow night in Louisville, Kentucky at the Davis Arena. And then we got Saturday night, I'll be in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Jeez Louise.
Flying out there for GCW. Next Friday, be in Jeffersonville, Indiana with XCF, my promotion, actually.
Okay.
That's when I started running. And then I'll be on a Battle on the Border next Saturday in Ohio. Man, I'm a little bit of everywhere, so these are kind of hopping around.
All over the place.
I got Gen X in Kentucky on the 3rd of May, Bloodstorm in New Jersey on the 4th, and then Jersey City on the 5th of May, Chicago on the 10th. I'll be a little bit of everywhere. If you want to keep up with what I just said, just go to all my social medias, look on Facebook, Twitter. I'm usually posting all about them every week.
Gotcha. Now, look, for all the Shane Mercer fans and new fans that you're going to have after this, we got a job for you, right, Jim? You're going to go.
Yeah, he's going to pick you up over his head.
We want you to go to all of these social media sites, follow him on all of them, and whenever he has a new line of merch up, we need to buy it. Mm-hmm. We all need to buy the new merch every time. I think that's fair, right?
Oh yeah, it sounds like a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
It's a fantastic idea.
I think it's great.
I'm still back to this question where I could get beat up.
Well, I hope he does.
So, I mean, listen, I don't know how you cannot get hurt.
You get muscles first, buddy.
I understand that, but you're still a human being. I don't, if you've got muscles, and listen, if you crash down into a table or you crash in, have a chair plop you on the back, daggone it, that's going to hurt. Or if you've already talked about glass and all that stuff, and that's. Haven't you seen the video of like the blood pouring down and stuff?
Would you like me to answer this for you, Shane?
Sure, go ahead.
Look, when you have a professional like Shane, you know how to properly pop somebody in the back with a chair, where it's going to sting, but it's not going to break your vertebrae. Am I correct? Shane, the reason why you throw everybody out of the ring is because you can properly throw people out of a ring without killing them, correct?
Oh, yeah.
See?
I know they're not going to die, so I'm not going to get a jail sentence here, or I wouldn't do it.
There you go. You feel better now, buddy?
So
he's a professional, damn it.
All right, so that brings me to a great next thing besides besides just lifting you up, he's going to toss you because he knows how to do it.
Yeah, but I don't know how to land. That's the problem. You got to have professionals working together.
Oh,
and I'm
goodness.
sure, Shane, that you have run into some wrestlers that weren't quite so professional.
Yes, I've been in there before, and in usually about 2 minutes, maybe even less than that sometimes, you can just tell they don't know what they're doing, or they should not be here, or they hot-shotted their way in here, or whatever the reason may be.
So do you end it quick?
I try to take care of them as much as I can to get it over with, because they shouldn't be in there to begin with.
Right.
There's different, nowadays people look at things differently. You can't say stuff, can't do stuff, whatever. When I first got brought into the business, if you shouldn't be in the business, you got the hell beat out of you until you didn't want to be in the business no more. Nowadays, it's a little different. You can't do that. They might be trying to copy you with a charge or something.
Right.
So it's different. Each place you go, you got to kind of see where you're at and everything. But I would rather just not get in there with them to begin with it off if they haven't been trained or anything like that.
Because you're risking your life by working with somebody that's not trained.
Especially if they get hurt and then all of a sudden it goes around social media, they broke their neck or something, and it was totally their fault. I'm going to be the one in that viral clip too.
Right.
I was going to say that's got to be a tremendous challenge on you.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it could be your neck they're breaking because they don't know how to do a move properly.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm trusting somebody with my body going in there and know what I'm doing. We had some of the guys come down here to one of my events. Sean, you was talking about Sean.
Yeah.
He came to my ring probably about 10 years ago now. I keep saying 5, and I'm like, geez, that's like 10-plus years ago now. But he got in the ring and took a suplex once. Just so he could see how it feels. So if you ever get a chance to talk to him about it, ask him about that.
I will. How did that go?
He didn't like it. He didn't like it at all.
Do you know what a suplex is, Jim?
I was going to ask on your behalf.
I know what a suplex is, man.
Tell me.
It's where he gets him, spins him up where his feet is high in the sky. He's holding him by, I guess, around his neck, chest.
Yeah.
Straight up, and then he turned around and just slams him on his back.
Holy crap.
Pretty much right.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So it couldn't have. I would have died. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Now, did you land on top of him, or was
No,
it?
I just fell flat back with him.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Straight back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. So did he perform his side okay?
He did okay. He just got up and was like, "Man, that sucked." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh.
That's funny, man. Gosh.
Oh,
I might have to ask him about it.
that is so funny. Lord have mercy. Well, oh my gosh, I'm learning a lot. I'm inspired. This guy is really making, well, just the similarities. We talked about country music. The podcast business is exactly the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's rough.
If you want it bad enough, you bust your tail, you do what you can do, but you may have 300 listeners, 1,000 listeners, but we're all looking for that home run hit,
That
right?
next level, yep.
Shane Mercer might be it for us.
I love it.
All right, we're coming back on Two Shots right after this.
Are you looking for a clean, fun podcast that you can relate to? Well, we've got it for you. Cross the Line. The 1524 originates out of Indiana. Former high school rivals, now our buddies sitting around a speakeasy bar, talking about common day events, common things. We keep it light, they keep it easy. It's a good time. Check out Cross the Line. 1524. You can find it on all the podcast apps and players. You can also check them out at crosstheline1524.com or check them out on Facebook, Cross the Line 1524.
Lisa Kearns doesn't want to just sell you a house. She wants to find you a home. If you've been thinking about making a move, she'd love to help. She knows you've got many choices when choosing a real estate agent, but not all agents are the same. Her clients are the heart of her business, and she takes pride in providing exceptional service, knowledge, and transparency while helping you navigate the real estate market. With her by your side every step of the way, she can assist you in real estate needs that make buying and selling a smooth, enjoyable process. Call Lisa Kearns, Realtor with Exit Realty Homestead, 270-402-4036.
For all your full-service auto repair needs, it's Big O Tires, 2 locations, Bardstown and Lebanon, J-Bo.
That's right. Billy Taft will take good care of you. Man, if you need new tires, new windshield wipers, whatever, Billy Taft has everything you need for your vehicle.
2 locations. If you're in town on the Bourbon Trail and tires messed up, whatever the case might be, you can stop in at Bardstown location or Lebanon. Give them a try. Billy Taft's the best in the business.
That's right. We love those guys. That's Big Old Tires of Bardstown and Lebanon.
I just realized J-Bo has screwed up again. You've screwed up again and again and again.
You screwed up, but you won't turn me on to let me defend myself.
No, but listen, this is how you screw up.
on?
Yeah, I have to do everything on these shows.
Evidently.
Kentucky Bourbon Festival coming up.
Oh, yes. It's a big, big deal.
And here's even why it's such a bigger deal. Did you know that people that are listening to Two Shots can go to the Two Shots fan page? Mm-hmm. We have our own link.
Personal link.
It's the Two Shots on a Barrel link to purchase tickets to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
And let me tell you something. If you go to this festival and you like bourbon, it's going to be the closest thing to heaven you've ever seen, because there's over 100 different booths, and you can try bourbon from every single distillery. I mean, it's unreal. There's no way, and we witnessed firsthand people that tried to drink every bourbon from every booth. You don't make it. You end up out on the street, face down, with everybody laughing at you and calling you a rookie because you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's why you need to go all weekend. Try a little bit on day 1, go to the next day 2, come see us at the barrel rolling competition, and then finish up.
You know, one of the new things they're going to have this year at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, I was seeing on a press release, they're going to have a cigar lounge.
Really?
But media can't get in there.
What the hell?
I'm just telling you. I mean, we just can't. We can't, but people can. And I think it's like a double-decker cigar lounge.
Really?
I think it's the coolest thing in the world.
So, who do we need to talk to get us a couple of
Nobody. Because we ain't going to be in there. We're working media.
Well, what about our buddy at the Cooperage?
I mean, we might have a wild card.
He likes cigars.
We may have a wild card there.
Yes.
But check out the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, kybourbonfestival.com. It's coming up in September. The Two Shots will be there. And again, check out the Two Shots fan page. Get on there and join the group, and you've got access to special link to the tickets for the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Now, look, if you're going to buy tickets, please buy them through our link. It makes us look good, and it keeps us getting invited back. So come on.
You know what we're going to start doing on our Two Shots starting on our next show?
What's that?
Every time you say, now look, you're going to have to drink something.
Now look, I'm about to drink something. Look, yeah, I did. I just said it again. Now I can't speak. You mentioned your last name, Shane, is Good. Mm-hmm. By chance, are you related to the world-famous Hal B. Good?
Don't think so. But me and him took a selfie together at Ham Days last year.
Okay.
Yeah, he came up to me and he was like, "Man, I see your stuff all the time. It's so crazy. I gotta take a picture with my fellow Good." And so we got a selfie floating around out there somewhere.
Awesome,
together.
man. Awesome. He's one of our favorite people at G&G Productions. Good guys there. If you want to watch a ball game, go to Facebook, watch it on G&G. They are fantastic. Now, Jim, you probably picked up along the way that I was growing up a huge wrestling fan. I mean, I know what a suplex is. You didn't, of course, Princess. And man, I got a story.
I know what the sleeper hold is. I'm about ready to put you in it.
I went to Kentucky Kingdom once. Being a big, huge wrestling fan, went to Kentucky Kingdom. Guess who got on the roller coaster with me? It was Thunder Run, that old wood roller coaster.
I know the answer to this, and it's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. I used to watch it on Saturday mornings, J-Bo.
Oh, what was it? Channel 3 Wrestling?
Channel 3 Wrestling. Lance Russell.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and tell your
No, you go ahead.
No, I love your story. I didn't ride with any wrestlers on a roller coaster.
He was ladies' man back then. Jerry Lawler rode the same. There's 4 seats. I was in back 2. He's in the front 2 with some pretty girl, of course. And we pull up after we had a good time. They said, "You want to go again, Jerry?" He's like, "Hell yeah!" I'm like, "Oh crap!" So we went again, man. I tell you what, as a kid, as being a huge wrestling fan, I was in heaven, man. I thought that was just crazy. Is there anybody growing up that you got to experience something like that with?
Well, the first wrestler I ever met was at, again, this guy, Video Vault gets brought up. But it was Hillbilly Jim there. He was doing some signing here in town. But as soon as you said Jerry Lawler, I almost feel like I have to tell this story. There's somebody I locked up with and I actually had a match with. This is probably 7 years, maybe longer than that now, 7-8 years ago, something. I got to wrestle Bill Dundee.
Me too!
Holy crap, are you serious?
Me too! I got to wrestle Bill Dundee.
No, Jeremy, that's not what you call wrestling.
Listen, it was our radio station was promoting this.
I know that, Jeremy.
They said, "We need you to go in the Hawk costume." I was a big bird.
That's so funny.
Before we went on stage, I was backstage, and I was in awe because Bill Dundee was right next to me, and he was one of my favorites. He said, "Boy, just stay behind me." Just stay behind me. Nobody's going to hit you if you stay behind me. I said, "Yes, sir, Bill Dundee." Get in the ring. I stay behind him. 15 seconds in, they beat the shit out of him. He's gone. I had nobody to stand behind, and so I get tossed out of the ring. I can't see because I am a bird. And so after the match, "Bill, what happened, brother? What happened, Bill?" He's like, "It's part of it, son, part of it." And that was it. That was it. So, yes, I got to wrestle with Bill Dundee myself.
All right, so you got to wrestle with Bill Dundee or against Bill Dundee?
Against Bill Dundee.
All right.
Did he have the bullwhip with him?
No.
Oh,
Lord. He didn't have the bill with him, no.
So tell us about it.
This is just one of those armory shows. I don't forget when it was exactly. Like I said, it was like 7 or 8 years ago. 'Cause they was bringing in a bunch of different people. I was on a card once that had Honky Tonk Man. He was there.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I got to team up with Hacksaw Jim Duggan years ago.
Awesome.
So that was cool getting to have those moments. The people that you always grew up watching, and then I see them now on these cards and stuff, and I'm just like, what? I'm sharing the card with these guys now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you got to kind of catch yourself like, all right, I'm on the level with them right now. I can't be screwing up.
You can't be fanboy.
Yeah, I can't be just sitting there ringside watching them and then being like, oh, yeah, I'm in the ring. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So how long? What's how long does a wrestler last for the most part? I mean, I know Bill Dundee's an exception. He's been doing it forever.
Oh man, Jerry Lawler's still going.
Still going.
Yeah.
So I mean, but how? There's not many like them though.
Man, it's weird though because when you're in wrestling, it's hard to get out of it unless it pushes you out at like a 30, 40-year-old range or something like that. But a lot of wrestlers, honestly, they'll always call it, they'll hit the stage where they start doing less matches and they do more of just appearances, signings, autographs.
Makes sense, yeah.
And then you'll see them maybe do some show, but they won't do much. They'll get in there, maybe punch, kick somebody, and yell at the fans for 20 minutes, and that's it. But, I mean, that's part of it. Everyone that, as I'm going up, I'm going to see the other ones go down, and then it'll be my turn. I'll experience the same thing going down the other side of the ladder.
That's awesome.
So I guess about maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
I think an average, just like an average job, I guess.
Yeah.
It just seems like, man, y'all take such a beating in your body, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant when wrestling pushes you out. That's kind of what I was meaning.
Yeah, it's like, there's, I mean, unless you if you don't do what he does in the training, he's in there getting bigger and staying strong so he can last longer. Am I not correct? I mean, you got to be big and strong.
That's why I started lifting weights to begin with, just because of this, because I knew me going into it. Well, what I watched and what I liked, I knew I had to do something with it anyway.
Jim, you need to start working out harder.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. Tojo Yamamoto.
Loved him.
You remember that?
Yes.
Coco where?
Coco Beware.
All right, Coco Beware.
Junkyard Dog was my favorite, though, man. I loved the Junkyard Dog. Loved him.
Shane, you've been, in Lebanon for how many years?
I've been here my whole life.
Pretty much your whole life.
How old are you?
35.
35.
Still a young buck. For sure. I follow you. I talked about earlier how when you follow, I follow you. Obviously, we're friends on social media, and also follow you in different areas. The inspirational part, I think, is really an important part of what you do. It's probably as much inspirational for you as it is everybody you're posting it to. But one of the things that struck me a few weeks ago, you made a post about your parents, and who are no longer with you.
Yeah.
But play such, you can tell what an important part that they play in your everyday life. Talk about that for a little bit.
It's kind of like I was telling you earlier. My dad's the one that took me to the video store that got me brought into it to begin with. But he used to wrestle around with me as a kid growing up all the time. So I kind of wanted to always be strong like he was, because he had this out. To me, it was out of this world, and still think it is sometimes strength. I remember in high school, even after I was breaking records and stuff, me and another buddy of mine used to arm wrestle him, and he would beat us both at the same time. And I'm like, how in the hell is he?
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
It's like that farm country strength you don't get or whatever. But then there was one point, I remember when I finally started, I'd still mess around with him telling him to arm wrestle me, and I finally beat him once. But then whenever I beat him, it wasn't like this joy I got. It was more of sadness, because I was like, man, I know why I beat him now. It wasn't because of strength. I knew his health was starting to go down, and I felt like shit. Shouldn't have felt like that, but I was like, man.
Yeah.
And it just sunk in me, because my senior year of high school is when his health started going down. He got a congestive heart failure. So whenever I was supposed to have prom, I was kind of dealing with just got my prom suit and all that. But then the night before, I had to watch him get taken away in an ambulance and give me a thumbs up. Whenever I was a little kid, I don't know, I used to have this, or I turned 5 years old or 4 years old, I couldn't do this thing. I don't know why little kids do weird stuff.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hold my thumb up. I had to do that to hold it. So every time I'd say bye to him and stuff, I'd close my hand. But I remember whenever he was leaving the ambulance, he still remembered that. Whenever he was leaving it, instead of doing like this, he would look at me and go like that.
Oh, crap.
Just because that little memory. But he stayed with me, and Dad passed away in 2018, and I would go to the hospital and visit him coming back from shows. So I'm sitting there trying to work a normal job, still trying to go to wrestling shows, and then go visit him in Louisville. And in between, I would find the nurses there and stuff knew I was a wrestler, knew about my story. And even though my parents didn't want me wrestling, I knew he had this little bit of proudness where he was trying to show me off and stuff up there. But I had probably my roughest moment I ever had was my mom died of breast cancer in 2015 on the day after Christmas. And I had a match the day after Christmas scheduled. And while I was at the show, I got a call backstage that she passed away. While I was at the show, my match was up next. So that was the roughest thing I ever went through. I went into it was in this auditorium, and I went into this corner, broke down for a second. I had my buddies being like, look, if you need to go, I can take your place. Ain't no big deal. But I just kind of sucked it up and went, no. And I still ended up going out there and wrestling like 10 minutes later. But I've never felt that numb before in my life doing it. But I felt like I needed to kind of do that in a way to see if I could actually do something like that. Because I feel like if I could do that, then there wasn't going to be nothing that could hold me back if I can experience something like that.
You talked about your dad and obviously the physical strength. I mean, a guy that can pick up a barrel. I mean, that you're talking about, and you're talking about your mom. What's one thing that, other than obviously physical strength, that you have after your dad, but another trait maybe, and then one trait from your mom that you definitely like, oh, yeah, I got that from dad, or I got that from mom.
Just those labors of love, man. Those things that they had, like you always hear about those old school relationships, and that's what my parents had. I remember, like it's again the somber notice, but it's something I'll never forget. I remember when Mom, when she was in the hospital, when they pulled the plug, a life support on and everything, I walked in the room, and I didn't even know they was in there, but I seen my dad over there, like, stroking her cheek and just singing Elvis real softly in her ear. So, even though she was out, a coma, but he was still singing Elvis real softly in her ear. And I never forget moments like that because I'm like, man, that's rare to find something in that kind of care nowadays, because they were together for 48 years and having that. And I remember my mom would always, she was kind of a worrywart. She would freak out about me riding down the street in a bike, much less wrestling. She did not want me wrestling. She hated it. But she would always be like, here you go, before you leave, here's $20. Don't tell your dad I gave it to you. And then, like, sneak it to me or something like that.
Right.
But she would always, I always thought it was admirable too, that she would go to the library and just like buy books or rent them and try to just read and educate herself on stuff all the time. I thought that was real cool. I would find notes of her, even after I was cleaning up her stuff. I'd find old notebooks of her just kind of trying to teach herself stuff, and I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's an awesome story. That's incredible.
Well, we're sorry for your loss, brother.
Well, thank you.
But you know, they live on in you. I know that. Jeez Louise, man, what a show. So I just kind of to finish things up. I mean, you know, Jeremy, you and I talk about our podcast, and we're like, you know, you get caught up sometimes in numbers and how many downloads do you get, or, you know, country music artists, which you talked about Shane, who's out there, who's the pretenders, who's the contenders, who's willing just to risk it all for, you know, for that one chance. And it's the same with what you're doing out there. But here's the deal. Here's the deal, and I think Jeremy, you'll agree with me on this. We've been doing this show for about 3 years, and we stay true to who we are.
Yep.
Regardless, each and every show we come in and we don't try to be somebody else. We try to be us. So I compare that to whatever artist is out there. I think about our good buddy Paul Childers, who has been on Two Shots, who, you know, everybody wants to make a fit you in this type of mode of what you should be. And Paul Childers is famously said, listen, I don't want to be what you want me to be. I want to be what I want to be. That's what you strike me as, Shane Mercer, that guy that's staying true to who you are. And whether you hit the big Grand Slam someday or not, you know, it's got to feel good at the end of the day to know that this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be, and if it happens, it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to say, I did it my way.
100%. The journeys, the memories, that's what makes it all worth it. When you're 80 years old, you want to look back on your life and think about experiences, the things you've done, the life you lived, and hopefully enjoy it, the legacy that you left behind, not full of regret, but full of everything you can look forward to.
Buddy, I'm so appreciative of you coming in, man. You know, Jeremy and I we were talking about to guests, and I was like, we gotta get Shane Mercer.
Got to.
He's like, man, heck yeah, he's got a great story, brother. I appreciate you coming in, man, and I gotta tell you, I want to wish you the best of luck. I hope you hit that Grand Slam or whatever the equivalent of is in wrestling.
Thank you.
To a Grand Slam, because man, guys like you truly, honestly, Jeremy, you wish for the best.
Absolutely. And if you and I can slip away and go see Harry Palmer and punch him in the face one time, that'd be a good time. You up for it?
You might waken up the old Harry Palmer and get him back going again.
He's got a bad knee now. He can't chase us.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it'd be a good time to do it.
Oh, yeah, it'd be a good time to do it. Good stuff, man. Thanks for coming in, brother.
No problem. Thank y'all for having me.
We appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. J-Bo, you got any words of wisdom you want to?
Yes, words of wisdom. Jim Reed's been crying about being hungry, so we're going to leave here and go to Big Papa Smokehouse, buddy.
I haven't been crying about it. I told you I went to Mickey D's and had my little chicken sandwich.
So we're going to head to Big Papa Smokehouse and get us a Bo Brothers breakfast burger for dinner tonight.
Hello. Okay, Cross the Lines guys coming in this weekend, which means we'll be back in the studio, J-Bo.
Absolutely. And, you know, we don't know how things are going to end up after that show because with you being a lightweight and them being party animals, man, anything could happen.
It's I got to constantly think in my mind, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Because I'm afraid if I hit it too hard and think of it as a sprint, it will not be pretty.
All right, I'm going to send you a picture tonight of a bunch of my special bottles of bourbon, and I'm going to let you pick out which one we're going to bring in for that special show this weekend.
I mean, do I have some options?
Yeah, I'll give you options.
You're going to tease those?
I'm going to give you. I'll put them on our Facebook page.
All right,
let
cool.
everybody pick.
Well, listen, for Shane Mercer, I'm Jimbo.
And I'm J-Bo.
It's Two Shots on a Barrel. We'll see you next time, guys.
We're getting the Big Papas. Here we go.
You're so full of crap.